What's up guys, good morning, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. Today we are installing brake pads on the C8 Corvette, all thanks to our friends over at Paragon Performance. They sent us over these Carbotech brake pads. These are actually the XP8s, just in case you guys are curious what model I got. I asked for something a little more aggressive for the street, not straight track pads. And I asked for a little bit of low dust, so I'll let you guys know how I like them. I've enlisted Anthony, my friend over at AB's Garage. Check out his channel, he's got the GT350. He's the professional here, so he knows what he's doing. We hope. But we're gonna go ahead and get the car jacked up, get it on jack stands, get the front wheel off, and we'll show you guys how to do the front and rear brake pad change on the C8 Corvette. All right, after you get the car jacked up, you wanna get your wheel off. You're gonna get 22 mil, take off your lug nuts. Once you get your wheel off, you want to go ahead and rotate your wheels so you have the caliper pointed outwards. You're going to want to take off these two 21 millimeter bolts on the back to get the caliper off. We got one right here and then one down here. Now these two bolts, these 21 millimeter bolts on the back of this caliper, they are torqued, I believe, to 160 foot-pounds. So you're going to need to get a breaker bar, make it a little easier for yourself. Yeah, it's on there. Breaker bar with a little turned head there, that'll go a long way, help you out. Go ahead and get those two off and be able to pull this caliper off. All right, let's get this brake caliper off of here.
Dude.
Huh?
Your front brakes, my front brakes.
What? Are you kidding me? Yeah. Dude, that's a huge difference. Guys, if y'all want to see a comparison, these are the brakes off of the GT350, and these are the brakes off the C8. These are like twice the size. That's crazy. All right, this is the top caliper bolt. Got some, I guess, Loctite or something on there. Maybe you want to keep the top one in there till you get the bottom one nice and loose and almost out, just so you don't have to fight it. Couple threads in there, make life a little easier. All right, let's get this bottom one out. Too easy. Top one out. And then grab something to put the caliper on. All right guys, so we got our rotor here, got our caliper taken off of it. Watch out for this hose, make sure you guys don't damage that. Now if I'm not mistaken, these guys are adhesed in there a little bit, so you're gonna need a little pry tool to push them off. All right, so Anthony's got this little pry chisel, and yep, he just pushed it off just like that. Boom, too easy. All right, so see these pins right here, this is the back of the caliper. You just got to slide them off this way and that way. All right, so we're just gonna slide this caliper in this way, or not the caliper, but the brake pad in this way. Come on. There goes one. And there goes two. All right, now that I got them off of here, I feel like I was freaking out about nothing. Still got a couple millimeters of material there. Not much, but there's a little bit. These things taper off, so like when you get them brand new, you'll notice that it's like maybe like a couple inch block where that really sticks up high here. Then it like tapers off to this point and then tapers off again, I guess, to here. We were getting pretty close, so I think this is the noisemaker when you're getting too low. So we were right there, getting pretty close. We can compare an old pad to a new pad. Show you guys the thickness level there. That's what we should have, and that's what we had. So big difference. Can't wait to get these on. These are not tapered though, like these were. So I wonder, these got to have a lot better braking power. So right now Anthony is spreading the caliper pistons apart. He's got this nifty little tool. Looks like you have two calipers on each side and just pushes them apart. You want to get those nice and flush so that the new pads can slide right in and won't have any issues with getting it back on the rotor.
Tip here, when you're spreading these apart, make sure you have the other brake pads inside installed so that you don't accidentally pop a piston out.
On the other side, so just do one at a time.
One side at a time.
One side at a time. Cool. I think it was time, 22,000 miles, 2 track weekends, 2 autocross weekends, and a lot of Mexico runs. All right, I'm gonna take a little bit of brake cleaner here and clean up the caliper a little bit. I'm just gonna wipe down the caliper, get a little bit of brake dust off, make her look pretty, even though she don't get dirty in about 2 seconds anyways. All right, now that we have those spread apart, let's see what we're working with. We got a little clip here you got to work with. All right, so grab 2 of your brake pads. I noticed that all 4 of them are exactly the same. Before you throw the caliper in there, you want to take some high temp brake grease and put it on the side of the frame of your brake pad so she'll slide in there easier. Cool. All right, and then you want to go in, and I noticed it's easier to go from the top here and push down because you have that spring. I'll show you guys from the back here. So this is the spring you're kind of fighting. It puts pressure on that brake pad, and then these are the 2 pins you want to slide the brake pad onto. All right, so we got one side done. Let's go ahead and grab this one, same thing. Grease on the frame there. And we're gonna slide her down in here. Got both of those pads in there now, both on the pins, both of the retaining clip there. Cool. I think we're good to just throw this thing back on the rotor. So we're gonna go ahead and slide her back on since we have it spread out. She slides in nice and easy. Take your 21mm bolts, get her tightened down, and you're pretty much done with the fronts. And I believe you want to torque these 21mm bolts to 160 foot-pounds. All right, so set your torque wrench to 160 foot-pounds and crank on it. I got the other one almost there, but I'm gonna do the top one a little bit. I can see the lights going. All right, top one's done. Go back to the bottom one. All right, we're at 160 on top and bottom. Driver's side is done. All right, so I'm gonna hit that brake pedal. You guys can see the brake pads closing on that caliper or the disc. No need to bleed the brakes or anything. We didn't have to take off any brake lines or do anything like that. So that's the front for you, super easy. Now we'll go jump to the rears. All right, so we got the rear jacked up. We got the rear wheel off. Anthony just found something interesting, or pointing something out very interesting. The brake pad actually hangs over the actual surface where it's supposed to touch. It's pretty interesting, like about a 1/4 inch actually. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get this. Actually, we don't have to take off the rear caliper for the rears. We actually just punch these pins out, and Anthony's gonna show you that. By the way, if you guys are new to the channel, this is Anthony, and he has a channel called AB's Garage that he does a lot of stuff with the GT350, track days, maintenance, all kinds of cool stuff. Not even just with the GT350, but even the brakes change on the C8 will be on there. So if you guys want to see what the passenger side looks like, go to his channel, check him out.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
There. All right, how do we do this, Anthony?
So we've got a punch here. It looks like about you want to measure up the punch so that it's not bigger than the diameter of the pin. This is a 3/16 inch punch.
Okay.
So you're just going to put the punch on the pin and then just take a hammer and just
doesn't really take very much, huh?
No.
It's in there, just barely in there. Too easy.
And you're going to push on the clip to relieve tension on the pin to slide it out the back of the caliper. And then
repeat for the bottom?
Yeah, repeat for the bottom. There you go.
Too easy. All right, so Anthony's gonna show us how to pull these pads out. He's kind of pulling towards, okay, so you relieve a little pressure by pulling towards him, pulling that piston back basically.
And then it's the reverse for the other side, just push against, and I mean, they go back pretty easily.
Wow, that was really easy.
Yeah, these ones definitely had less life on.
Woo, we were getting low on those. Jeez, couple millimeters left. That's
about
crazy.
One. You got the wear pins on these.
Holy cow, those look terrible. Okay, well, it was about time. So 22,000 miles, couple track weekends, couple autocross weekends. You're probably gonna need some new brake pads.
Damn, it's crazy. Like the wear pin hasn't even been touched yet, and they wanted you to go that low. Wow.
Oh, isn't that crazy?
So yeah, if you're hearing this wear spring go off,
it's time to go.
Stop driving.
Yeah.
That is like nothing left.
Jeez, and we'll grab a new one here. So let's see. For reference, guys, here is a new pad compared to the old pad. Jeez! And so the new pad came with this much, probably, or close to it?
Probably.
Wow, okay. Yeah, it was time.
So with the pad backing, about 7.4 millimeters, about 15.3, about 8 millimeters.
And then the same thing, like we did for the front, you want to grease the sides of the frame of the brake pad so she slides in nice and easy. So one of the things you guys do want to do is clean off the pins so they slide in easier.
Yeah, just to get the dirt. So you don't want any of the pads to get hung up on the dirt. And you might as well, you have them out.
Might as well clean them. clean those up, and then clean that spring up as well. Brake parts cleaner from AMSOIL works really well. If you guys need any AMSOIL products, he also has that on his YouTube channel as well, so go and check him out. Again, going with that caliper tool and spread those pistons apart so you can get the new pads in there nice and easy. All right, pistons are spread apart. So I'm gonna take our high temp grease. This thing should just slide right in there. Woohoo! Too easy. And then I'm just gonna slide them down to the point where I can see that hole match up. Again, same thing with the other pad. Slide her in there. The rears are really, 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 really easy. And then our professional will come in and show us how to do the clip.
You're gonna basically line the spring up, the retaining spring, with the hole in the caliper as best you can. And you're just gonna start by inserting the pin through the caliper and the first brake pad. You're gonna make sure it goes under the lip, and then kind of, sometimes it'll align. The next one will be a little bit more difficult, but you want to just get it aligned with the hole in the other brake pad and the other side of the caliper. And then
tap her into place.
Tap in just a little bit. We'll fully seat it. This one's a little bit more tricky. Again, take the pin, line up the first two holes, and then you have to apply pressure on the spring to
get the pin to slide through.
All right. So once you get it through this, at this point where it's through the spring, then you're gonna have to kind of give it some pressure
to really get it to go through.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
And then just tap it home with a hammer.
So you guys see right there where the pin goes through those clips. That's what it's supposed to look like, top and bottom. And then just tap it in from behind until you see that pin come through. Doesn't take very much.
You shouldn't be wailing on it. If you have to wail on it,
something's wrong. How do you know when to stop?
Basically, yeah, where that taper starts.
When it looks like it did when you knocked them out.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cool.
So that's interesting. That hangs over that edge too.
So with the new pad, it still hangs over. Yeah.
So I wonder.
Not as bad, but
that's weird.
It still does hang over.
That.
God, look how much more meat we have. Heck yeah. Well, cool. So we're gonna go ahead and slap that wheel back on. The Carbotech brake pads do come with some instructions for embedding them, or bedding them. So you just want to follow those. I'm not gonna bore you guys with all that, but just read those instructions and do what they say, and you should be good to go. By the way, guys, if y'all want those brake pads, Paragon Performance is giving me a promo code to give to you guys. It's gonna be RWDC8 brakes. That's gonna give you guys 5% off your brake pads. So just head over to paragonperf.com and get you guys on. If you guys have any questions, they're very helpful as well. They'll answer any questions and get you guys the perfect brake pad for what you guys are trying to get out of it. Very easy procedure, get them knocked out within an hour with a buddy. Again, thank you very much, Anthony.
Gotcha.
He's the man. Guys, go check him out, AB's Garage. I'll have his YouTube link in the description below. But as always, guys, if y'all like the video, go ahead and smash that like button. If you guys haven't subscribed, please go and do so. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you guys next video. Later.